Good evening, I'm Noli D, and this morning we bring you an urgent story that concerns the future of our rights and the safety of our communities here in Washington state. Recently, Governor Bob Ferguson signed a bill into law that restricts out-of-state National Guard troops from entering Washington without the governor's permission. While this may sound like a small piece of legislation, it's a huge step for protecting our state's values and freedoms. But there's still a glaring concern. What happens when the president sends in federal troops? We live in a time when decisions made in faraway places can affect the lives of everyday people here, especially those of us already struggling to get by. Washington's law is a response to the real fear that out-of-state military units might come here to enforce federal policies that go against the will of the people, especially policies on immigration and civil rights. But the truth is, as strong as this new law may seem, it only covers so much. The President of the United States still has the power to send in federal troops under something called the Insurrection Act. This law could allow the federal government to override our state's protections, deploying military forces for whatever reason it deems necessary, even if that means cracking down on protests, policing communities, or enforcing policies we don't agree with. Picture this. People in our community, already facing poverty, discrimination, and the daily stress of surviving, are met with soldiers, not to protect them, but to enforce laws that ignore their voices, their struggles, and their humanity. That's not the freedom we deserve. While the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878 limits federal troops from becoming domestic law enforcement, the exceptions are alarming. If the president invokes the Insurrection Act, federal military forces could be sent in, overriding state sovereignty and potentially escalating tensions in our already vulnerable communities. What protection do we have left? Washington state has made it clear that we don't want our National Guard units here for enforcement, but what about federal troops? The president could act with impunity, and there's little we can do to stop it once it happens.
We already know what it's like to be neglected and criminalized by systems that are supposed to protect us. If federal troops are allowed to come here, it could lead to more violence, more disruption, and more fear. For communities already on the edge, that's a risk we can't afford.
The risk of federal military intervention in our state isn't just about safety. It's about our very rights. The right to protest, to speak up against injustice, and to live without fear of military occupation. So what can we do? We have to demand stronger protections. We must push for laws that keep military intervention out of our communities, no matter the situation. We have to make sure that our voices, especially those of us who are the most vulnerable, are heard and protected. Because in the end, this is about all of us. It's about ensuring that Washington state remains a place where the people, not the government, decide what's best for our future. We've seen how powerful people's voices can be. Let's make sure they stay strong, not silenced by military force. Our state's future depends on it. We'll continue to keep you updated on this issue. In the meantime, stay informed, stay vocal, and stay safe. For Blind Justice Inc., I'm Noli D.